There's a song uniting every nation on earth, but it's not an anthem you'd expect. The twist? Every single voice delivers the exact same word. It even set the Guinness World Records for the most nationalities to contribute vocals to a single musical recording. How do I know? Because I'm one of them. The song is called 195. It features one grassroots woman from all 195 countries recognized by the United Nations. Using their native language, each of them said the word equality. But the real headline is not the record, it's the reason. Over 2 billion women around the world still live under laws that block equal pay, property rights, or even basic safety. So, the Frequency School, known for using music and sound healing to inspire positive change worldwide, produced a globally inclusive initiative with the unique accomplishment of convening one representative from every sovereign nation on earth to deliver a powerful message of equality and healing using the universal language of music, heartbeat, and birdsong, also amplified by the transformative 528 Hz frequency, also known as the love frequency. But music projects often center celebrities and fade after launch. So, the team behind the Frequency School, Grammy Award nominated Major Global Affairs journalist Martina Fuchs, along with co-founders Tinsley Maduka, Brandon Lee, and Aaron Dawson, set one rule. No politicians, no celebrities, only everyday women whose daily lives prove why that word matters. They searched through embassies, NGOs, and local communities until every flag had a voice. Some of them that stood out are Miriam from Kiribati spoke her lyric beside a shoreline that climate change is literally erasing. London chef and activist Azma Khan contributed the word for India, echoing the values behind her all-women kitchen. 14-year-old Sawilanji in Zambia recorded her part while still in school. Proof that the next generation is already in the chorus. And me, as a former out-of-school youth for 5 years in the Philippines, I am taking part to keep pushing the narrative for women, children, and those in the margins. Fast forward to January 2025, 195 premiered at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. They have put this historic song in front of global leaders, CEOs of major corporations, and influential figures. Getting there was not the finish line, but a launchpad. When the song played at the World Economic Forum for the first time, it turned into a brief for leaders.
195 song. It's the first song in the world uniting 195 women from every country in the world using sound healing frequencies. This wouldn't have been possible without you. Thank you very much. "195 is not just a track. It's a symbol to unite women around the world from all walks of life to show our resilience, our strength, and our beauty. We want to launch a global movement with you to raise awareness about gender equality, and we all need your support for that."
Major then went ahead to give the background and inspiration for the song.
When Martina first came to me with the idea to do this, I was like, wow, that's really ambitious. 195 women from everywhere around the world, but there was anyone who could do it, it was Martina. And so, yeah, I just want to commend the team for putting something like this together. The reason that we chose the frequency 528, which is known as the love frequency, is because there is nothing stronger than a woman's love. When we were making this, I was touched by all of these voices coming together. I believe that love is a universal connector between all of us. And the birds represent freedom. The heartbeat is the rhythm that connects us all. The first sign of life for a mother is often the heartbeat. You know, it reminds us of this rhythm of life that we all share. I just wanted to keep it simple and let the voices shine so magnificently.
While this song gives us a shared pulse to move with, we are reminded of a problem that not only 4 billion women in the world face, but of the entire population. In the panel, Martina shared that according to the World Economic Forum annual report, that it would take us 135 years to achieve global gender parity. Gender parity, in simple terms, refers to achieving equality for both males and females. It considers the overall impact and fairness of outcomes for both genders. It is more than matching headcounts. This can involve things like equal access to education, healthcare, economic opportunities, and political representation. For example, even with equal enrollment numbers, if one gender faces systemic barriers to completing education, gender parity may not be achieved. Imagine 135 years. That's approximately 5 generations. But we can shorten that. So, in the panel, the conversations turned to what we can do now.
When you have an issue that addresses every single one of us, it's a complex problem. You need to attack it in different ways. By giving women visibility and access, it allows them to become role models. And if you can see her, you can be her. So that's the first thing we do. The second thing we do is we work with organizations in diversity, equity, and inclusion, helping organizations to build inclusive leadership teams. We were actually speaking at the UN General Assembly on inclusion and leadership in artificial intelligence, which is an important emerging technology. But most importantly, collaboration is critical and important, which is why we're here with the Frequency School and also with the Female Quotient.
It's about collaborations of creating opportunities for female leaders to really take up those responsibilities, but also enable them to take on the rank and close the gap in this leadership hierarchy. Because visibility of women in the top leaders is also a big problem on there. So it is not only equipping those women, but also make them more visible to a broader community. It's really important to networking and empower and also create environments where women feel the support when they go up and take on this responsibility on there.
Well, I think it's so important. You know, we have to create impact through storytelling. And I think everybody has a story to tell. And it's when we actually tell our stories that we emotionally connect to each other. The power of the narrative is also so important. We've already spoken about the power of role models, also mentorship, but also that sense of community and of really being heard. Everybody wants to be heard and wants to be seen and also wants to belong. And I think those are sort of key essentials when we're looking at elevating, empowering, and educating girls and women.
JEDI has the vision to make peace more profitable than war. We tap into the technologies available today, but maybe the technologies also that have been available for thousands of years. Music and the beautiful sound frequencies that we've heard right now, and the technologies that are yet to be developed. We can see technology being the most important economic drivers of the world, and we do not see significant participation of women in there. We create technologies that are not designed by those who are going to use it or need to use it to nurture our world. There is no more important time than right now when we do not at least grow at exponential rate of integrating women into this world of technology. Then we lost the battle.
The 195 song and the panel barely scratched the surface, but they did outline a practical agenda. Give women visibility and access so they become role models. Build inclusive leaderships at the top of organizations and boards, and replace silos with collaborations. Use storytelling to create a sense of belonging that makes change durable. But above all, integrate women in the design, governance, and deployment of the technologies that now steer our global economies, especially AI. Systems trained on partial data produce partial decisions. Without women's perspectives, evidences, and leadership, we risk hard-coding yesterday's bias into tomorrow's infrastructure. You can join this movement in your own simple ways. You can nominate a woman to lead or present, insist on inclusive shortlists for your next hire or panel, share one story that humanizes the statistics, and ask how your product or policy brings women in rather than leaving them out. A world record is not a solution, but a spark. So I'm wholeheartedly inviting you to please listen and share the full 195 song linked down below. Every play helps fund scholarships, mental health programs, and a growing global chorus for women's rights. And I would also love to hear your stories in the comments. Where you're from, what equality means to you, or what has shaped your view. Your voice is welcome here. After all, sharing stories is a way to achieve pagkakapantay-pantay. Hanggang sa muli!